Okay, Bruce, told you I'd give you a little view of the tree house. I'll just show you the homestead while I'm at it. This is where we've been for about 20 years. There's the custom steps I put there when I'm too lazy to go out the gate to get up to the garage area. Moving right along, here's the deck I told you about building. That was a fun project. We had nothing but a little starter type deck when we bought this house, and I said now we need a real one. So that's what you see here, multi-level. This is a very fun project to do. Had my 6x6s, you know, which always evoke the phrase that's so common in this type of trade, that ain't going nowhere. Anyway, so besides our little deck here, we head out towards the playground area, and everything's in disarray at this point, but this is the first tree house I built for the girls. Built it almost, I'd say 20 years ago. It's still pretty much going strong. Put a little coat of paint on it when we started to sell the house, and it's good to go. So here's the tree house, and basic little house structure here. Got the deck on the front, little porch swing. See if I can show you around the other side. Can't get a real good view of the roof. Let's see. Here we go. So I wanted a roof that would never leak, and I looked into it, and somebody recommended a 12-on-12 slope. So that's what I did, although I had to strap myself to the roof to put these shingles up. It never had a leak, so at least that was the good part of that. So anyway, moving right along. You said you're interested in the structure. So basically what I did is I had these two trees that you see here in front. That was the only thing standing here, and of course I needed 4 posts, so I decided to use 2 trees and 2 man-made posts. Basically, I used lag bolts to go through the 2 trees with 2x10s here, and basically went all the way through from one side to the other with the lag bolts. And same thing on the other tree. And then, of course, the man-made posts that I just planted in the back here that go all the way up the back side of the structure to give it, to carry one side of the building. And as far as the tree house itself, it is not attached to these beams. It just sits on it and basically glides across them. Good thing about that is when we have a heavy wind, the treehouse can shift left and right, and it just slides back and forth along these beams. Got a little cupping there over the years, but otherwise it's always been good to go. Pretty basic construction back on this side, but yeah, it's fun to come look at this thing when there's a heavy wind. If you stand on it, you'll actually feel it swaying back and forth as the trees move, and the tree house just kind of goes with it. So, got a little hole in the window there that I had not noticed. Probably a stray kid's BB gun, I'm imagining. So it's a little worse for wear, but still basically intact. Probably needs another coat of paint. These windows and the shingles as well. The guy next door was a spec house builder. Had a whole pallet of both of them and said, just take your pick of what you need. So so that's where I got a lot of the materials for this house, which made it, affordable to build without having to spend a ton of money. This is a little custom door that had been built for some sort of freezer unit, I think. And I fashioned it to fit this opening. You can't tell here from where I'm standing, but this door is only about, I'd say about 4.5 foot tall. So you have to bend down if you're an adult to get in it. On the inside here, not a lot in the form of interior decorating, but the kids didn't much care. They did their own thing and always brought their own decorations. Of course, it's powered. I ran a circuit out here, so we got lights, sconce lights on the back. I've got a light up in the ceiling area there. A couple of bench seats here that actually lift up for storage. And I don't know if that was ever used, but that was the idea there. And up above, basically you have the two loft units. And you can see there basically the framing for the one side of the loft. Same thing over here on this side. And the middle was basically wide open. Now, a few years of Daphne screaming that the kids were going to fall and break their necks. I didn't want to close it in completely, so I basically just fashioned some rope as a safety measure so they couldn't fall through the middle. And the way they get up to the lofts is just put them a little hanging stair ladder. And I can't much go up those myself. But if you could get up to the top to see, I'll stick the phone up there so you can see it, so I don't have to try to climb that ladder. But basically your typical kind of structure you'd expect on the inside there. I always meant to close in that ceiling area, but was just too lazy to get around to it. I'm much more in the construction side of things than the finishing side, as you can tell. But I had two little mattresses, one on each side, so the kids used to love to come out here and camp out in the treehouse. And that is pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed your tour. And too bad I didn't see you down here this weekend. I could have used your help fixing the fence, which you can't see from this vantage point, but on the far side of the yard over there, basically the trees that I'm looking at here, the one in the middle, about half of it split off, took down the tree beside it, or half of it, and broke through our fence. So getting ready to jump on that project now. And there's the deck from the distance. Hope you enjoyed the tour, Bruce. We will talk to you soon. Take care.